Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I really hope you're well. As a special, today I am live not only in our VIP group, but I'm also live on YouTube and I'm live in my free Facebook group for Kelly Reid Fitness, Health and Wellness. So I really hope you can join me this morning, or if you do this on catch up, this is going to be super helpful for you. So these are my very, very best exercises if you spend all day sitting. So whether or not you are sitting at a desk, whether you're sitting in the car, hopefully these are going to really help you with regards to being able to feel better, move better from here. So good morning, everybody. And a little bit of kind of kit that you might need is a yoga block or maybe a cushion, a pillow. If you want to use that, absolutely you can. I'm also going to do a little bit of spiky ball release work. And we're going to use that on our feet to start with, just to get the blood flowing around the body, get everything moving. So this is very much kind of mobility this morning. And if you've got any questions about any of these moves, please do not hesitate to let me know. Message me either on the comments or feel free to message me privately. So we're going to start, gang, with a little bit of release for our feet. So hopefully that all sounds good. Let me know if there's anything you need me to change audio-wise, but hopefully that's all good. I'm going to take that spiky ball underneath our right foot and we're going to release the foot to start. So you might be thinking, well, why do we need to do this, Kelly, if we're sitting all day? Surely there's no problem with regards to the feet. Well, the feet play such a huge role with the rest of the body's health. And if you've got restrictions going on in your feet, which a lot of people do when they sit because they don't sit correctly, that's going to affect then how the rest of the body moves. Also, if we can promote blood flow to the bottom of our feet, the rest of the body is also going to get really, really lovely and warm. Now, a lot of people that I'm speaking to are suffering with plantar fasciitis, and they're struggling a lot with regards to pain in the foot, especially around the back of the heel. And we used to believe that with regards to our plantar fasciitis, we used to think that essentially this was because, you had tight fascia at the bottom of your foot. But what they understand more now is the fact that it's probably because of lack of blood supply to the bottom of the foot. And that's caused by either the way the toes are. So there's little spaces that you can get now for your toes, which can be really effective. A little bit like the old school spaces that you used to put on when you painted your nails, but much more effective. Good morning, Sophie. And these spaces kind of just help to keep the feet open. But also it might be the shoes that might be the culprit. So if your shoes are an issue, it needs to be kind of resulted by changing the footwear that you've got. So I want you to take a little bit of time for this foot, go underneath the ball of the foot, back of the heel, round your arch, get everything moving for you here. That's it. When that foot feels really nice and warm, when the rest of the body feels lovely and warm, we're going to change over to the other side. And we're going to press through on this foot. So I'm not normally live in my free group. However, I do kind of like fresh ideas on a Friday where essentially I will put a recording from previously that I've done within my VIP group, and I'll upload that into the Facebook group for the free Facebook group. But it's quite nice to be live this morning. Good morning, everybody. Giving you a little bit of a Christmas tree. Obviously, I'm live in my normal VIP group, as I am every day, but also on YouTube as well. So let's really release that foot. Let's get some blood flow going down. Hopefully that's going to help with regards to how the feet are feeling this morning. and your movement, because obviously, like with anything, if there, like I said, if there's a restriction in your movement in your feet, it's going to restrict the way that you move the rest of your body. It's going to prevent your gait being as effective as it could be. So give that a good release. Well done. Okay, so we're now going to focus on the upper part of the body and into our neck and into our head. So I'm going to get you to place the hands on the back of the head. We're going to open the elbows wide. You could do this sitting in a chair, but that kind of like, prevents or changes kind of the whole feel of the class, because this class is really trying to get you out of the chair. If you do spend all day sitting, I want to get you up, get you moving. So have a look at me from a side profile. I'm closing my chest and then I'm opening. Now, I've trained really heavy the last couple of days. We've got some new body transformation programs ready to launch in January. Jason and I have been trialing them this week. So my chest definitely is feeling stiff here. So are my shoulders. So just work with a range of movement that works for you. Can you take your head down, chin to chest? And then can you look up high to the sky? Let that release for you. So neck mobility, chest, upper back, and shoulders. Release here. We take the head over to the right shoulder. We're going to use that hand on the side of the head. Gentle pull here. And then with your left hand, let those fingers come in and away. Now I'm going to bring that up to your shoulder height. So fingers just come down and up. And then I'm going to change the position of your hand, and you're going to bring your fingers to me and then away to the back wall. And you're going to work your way down all the way down to the floor. We release, take a couple of shoulder rolls. Bend the knees and make that movement as big or as small as you want. Go over the other way. It's a gentle pull, and then the fingers come in and away. And if you do spend a lot of time sitting at a desk, if you want to just take 5 minutes to get moving, you could do this kind of in a little break, your lunch break, coffee break. Let those fingertips come up, just shoulder height, and then move the fingers in towards me and then away. That's it. Especially this time of year, people tend to not be as active because it's colder, it's darker. The mornings are darker, evenings are darker. Good work. That's it. Roll those shoulders back again. Loosen it off. Okay, so my next move that we're going to do, we're going to come down to the floor. And this, again, is ideal. So this isn't really like a class. This is more kind of like snippets of exercises which will be really effective that you could do as many repetitions as you want. It's a good old cat to cow. These are really effective. I want you to lift your back up and then let that belly button come down to the floor. So belly button up to the ceiling, separate the shoulder blades. Belly button down to the floor and look to the ceiling. So let's move into our cat to cow. Now, if being on your knees or your hands was an issue, then absolutely you could do this from a standing perspective, and you could lift and lower here. So if that felt better for you, please do. Try and make the movement as big as you can. Let the head and neck come down, and then work that head the other way. So I want you to really feel the neck is moving as well. Good work. And then start to move into a little bit more direction. And I'm going to let you move in any direction you want. Maybe it's a figure of 8. As you lift and lower. Really trying to get that to release here into the back. So many people suffer with regards to their backs just because they're very stiff from sitting a lot. So we want to get everything moving. And then bring the attention more into the hips. So let's rotate that hip round. You can make these circles as big or as small as you wish today. Now I'm going to do quite a lot of focus on the hips. You just choose what's more appropriate for you. So if any of these moves aren't right, you don't do them. So let's get those hips to release. Well done. And then when you're ready, just come and take a seat. I'm going to take the legs wide, not very dignified, I know, but rotate your knees in. So this is option one, having your hands back behind you and supporting your weight. Option two is we rotate. We're going to put the hands together and we add a little bit of a spine twist. Pressing through here. So just coming round as far as that feels good. Pulling up tall. I know that might not be appropriate for everybody, so feel free to keep the hands back. You can rotate there as much as you want. I'm just going to move that kit out of the way. See how that feels. Good work. Okay, your next one. We're going to focus with the block or your cushion or your pillow. Pop it underneath your left knee. And we're going to start to open up the hip flexor. So tucking your pelvis forward and back. Those of you that do a lot of fitness Pilates, this kind of is our traditional pelvic rock that helps us find our neutral pelvic alignment. I want you to stay with the rock forward and back. But where in fitness Pilates we would find point B, I'm actually going to get you to stay in point A. Tuck all the way forward as if you're going to try and tuck the tailbone through your legs. Then lean back slightly, take your left arm, left, and release. So we're really opening up that hip flexor. You're not going into a deep hurdler lunge. Let me show you sideways. So you've got a 90-90 bend here. Working through. When you're ready, we're going to stay up. We're going to lean over. Again, opening up through the hip. We've got that support underneath the left knee, wherever you need it to be. Beautiful. Let's do one more. Open that side. Good work. Now, we're going to place the left hand down. And then from here, with your right hand, we're going to come into a twist. You might want to keep your back knee on that block, or you might want to move the block and actually put the block under your hand if that feels better for you. You're going to come down into a deeper lunge here. And what I want you to try and do is get the elbow down on the inside of your right foot. And then open. So we drop down as far as you can go here. And then you lift. Be aware of how that feels. And just move at your pace. One more if we can. Perfect. Release. Come over on the other side. So our block goes underneath our right knee. Left leg comes forward, 90-90 bend here with your legs. And you're coming back into that pelvic rock. So little rocking forward and back. Be aware of how that feels into the hip. And the legs certainly do not need to be like on a tight rope. Get them wide, give yourself a bit more space. Allow the pelvis to move effectively as you're coming forward and through. Perfect. Let's stay forward. Hold here, lean back slightly. Now lift that arm and then lower. Inhale, exhale, lift and lower. Use the breath. Good work. Let's do one more if we can, then we stay up. We're going to come over to the side. So stay with your pelvis tucked forward into that point A, opening up through your side body. And obviously if you don't need anything underneath that knee, you don't have to take it. It's just there really to give you a little bit more comfort, because obviously we're kneeling for some time. Well done. And then from here, I'm going to come down. You may want to use your block underneath your hand, and it's the left arm that's going to move. So we're going to try and get the elbow down on the inside of that foot. We twist. So everything really is trying to get this body to move, focusing obviously on tight shoulders, tight upper back, lower back, and hips primarily. These are the culprits. These are the ones that kind of stiffen up through too much sitting. Do one more. Well done. Okay, lay yourself fully down. If you need to use your block underneath your head, you can. We're going to bend one leg, come up into a scorpion, and then come back. Now the hands can be as wide as you need to. Please don't feel that you have to touch the floor with your foot. You might want to take your arms wider. Stretch those fingertips along the floor. Allow your hip to rise. Unlocking that low back. And then come back to that little cat to cow again. So just lifting and lowering, taking your time. So my last move that I really recommend if you sit a lot is our side lying open door. So we're going to place the block under our head. We're going to come into our fetal position. We're going to reach that top arm further than the hand that's on the floor. Knees together, feet together. Pull back with your elbow like a bow and arrow. Reach further forward with the hand. So you're getting a big stretch here. You're stretching as far forward as you can. Coming back, opening up that chest. And then coming back and through when you're ready. Option 1. Option 2, we come into our full open door. So again, just opening the chest as far as you wish to go. Nice natural breath, keeping the knees together, keep the feet together, wherever you feel comfortable. If you need to have something in between your knees, feel free. Option 3, we go round the head, the top of the head like a rainbow. So we come forward, we rotate round, open that chest. So good to allow the chest and the shoulder to release. I have to say that after training this week, so far, this feels really lush in my chest, in my shoulders. Good work. So gang, you can just turn yourself over on the other side. I'm going to obviously keep facing you, so I'm just going to move myself round to the other side, coming in with my low arm underneath, reaching those fingertips forward, and then pulling back. So again, just forward and back in your own time. Be aware of how that feels as you move. If you want to progress that, feel free to take the arm. coming into your full open door. And then you can go round the head like a rainbow if that works for you. So always options. Notice how your body wants to move today, how it can move. Hopefully that feels good for you. Maybe I'm the perfect, and you know it. You're not perfect, and you know it. Well done. So just bringing you back to your cat to cow. Moving through here. We're going to turn the toes under. Bring the hands back to the feet. Recorrect your feet under your pelvic bones. Gently rise. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Release into the shoulders here. So gang, let's take a breath. Inhale. Exhale down, and I want you to be aware of how your body feels now in comparison to the start of this session. Take another breath. So we've got a nice little short session today, just focusing and homing in on these exercises which are really effective to get your body moving, releasing the hips, releasing the back, releasing the shoulders, releasing the neck. Inhale, exhale, and pull down. We take our right arm above our head and our left. Right hand forward and our left. Right palm in and our left. Give yourselves and each other a superb round of applause. Absolutely superb. Gang, I really hope that you enjoyed that, and let me know if there is any questions at all about anything that I've delivered there. If you want to know any more information with regards to my VIP group, I deliver over 10 sessions per week, which you can do on catch up anytime that suits you. And they are brand new sessions, and we always involve a health talk. This week I'm doing a really effective health talk about restricted eating and resistance training, so what you might know as intermittent fasting and the effects of that on resistance training, which might not be what you think it would be. New science coming out, so there's lots and lots of information in there. And obviously everyone who does our body transformation gets my VIP group included for their 10 weeks. So they can add extra workouts if they want to, but also they get that extra information. So any questions, let me know. Amazing. Good stuff. Just on my weighted FP on Rachel's Studio Live. Awesome. Yeah, music today is the Mind Body Beats, the fascia fitness from Pure Energy Go. So really hope you enjoyed that. But otherwise, any other questions, give me a shout. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you hopefully soon. And if not before, have a wonderful Christmas and a very, very happy New Year.